Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook. Global Beast Tamer. I, the Eternal Beast Tamer. Chapter 81. GTN didn't know how long he slept. But when he woke up, the sky was already slightly bright. The sun in the east has also revealed its white belly. Everything will be a new beginning. After running a long way, I found a small stream that was not destroyed and washed my face. GTN had been hungry for who knows how long, and a piece of meat was cut off from Tiandiao's thigh. Full of fat, tender and silky, melts in your mouth. Let GTN feel so delicious that his taste buds will explode. Sure enough, good ingredients only require the simplest cooking method. The meat of the top beast in the palace is so delicious that GTN feels like his tongue will melt. Thinking of the palace, there are epics, legends, supremes, demigods and gods. GTN feels like he has another goal on his way forward. He wants to eat all the most delicious beasts in the world. GTN pulled off a small part of his calf and felt very full after eating it. As for Xiaoyu Sirius, after GTN chopped off a small piece of meat that was not enough for him to fit between his teeth, he started biting crazily at the corpse of the sky-splitting eagle. He also thinks that the meat of the split sky eagle is very good and is the best food he has ever eaten. So, you're welcome. He tore off the thigh of the split sky eagle in one bite and started eating. Each devoured piece of meat was not much smaller than a truck. Looking at GTN, he was grinning a little. Fortunately, you don't need to eat meat regularly to control beasts. Otherwise, I'm really afraid that I won't be able to raise it. After a big meal, GTN found its beast crystal in the skull of the sky-splitting eagle. This is also the source of power for ferocious beasts. After absorbing the top beast crystal in the palace, the experience value increased by 40,000. Subtract the experience points consumed in previous battles. GTN's experience points reached 160,000. But the experience value is the same as money. It's hard to make money, but it's fast to spend it. Xiaoyu Sirius, whose mental state had returned to its peak, stood up with its huge wolf body and looked at GTN. There was an eagerness in his eyes. GTN smiled. He understands what Xiaoyu Sirius means. He can evolve. Can't wait to evolve to gold level. No hesitation. The 20,000 experience points were thrown away as if they were free. Xiaoyu Sirius's body began to glow with silver light. Even if the sun has already been born. But it is still so dazzling. The expansion of the body is the first step. When evolution begins. Xiaoyu Sirius' already huge body began to expand again. Suddenly, touch. It's like popping a bubble. Howling Moon Sirius successfully evolved to gold level. And its body has expanded to more than 70 meters. But now that it has been upgraded to gold level, GTN will naturally not be stingy with experience points. 100,000 experience points go down. The level of Xiaoyu Sirius continues to rise. Golden Beginner, Gold Intermediate, Gold Premium, until the Golden Top. The body of Xiaoyu Sirius has reached a height of 100 meters. 200 meters long. Huge body. A pair of pitch black eyeballs must be several meters in size. The sharp claws are more than 10 meters long. Just standing there. It brings a lot of pressure to people. It can be called a peerless beast. No worse than those palace-level ferocious beasts. There is a benefit for the taming beast that evolves to the gold level. That means you can control the body size of the beast. For convenience of movement, Xiaoyu Sirius shrunk his body to about 20 meters in size. This also makes it easier to walk between big rivers. After evolving to gold level, Xiaoyu Sirius once again gained a new skill. Space hidden. Check the data of Xiaoyu Sirius again. Name, Howling Moon Sirius, Supreme. Strength, Gold Top. Qualification, Supreme, Top Level. Bloodline, Supreme, Top. Attribute, Wind System, Animal System, Space System. Skills, Absolute Wind Blade, Fury, Wolf King's Coercion, Teleportation, Moon Eclipse, Moon Calling Flower, Moon Shooting Aurora, Space Concealment. And at this time, the evolved Xiaoyu Sirius emits a silver light that envelopes GTN. A comfortable energy spread throughout GTN's body. Every time the inexplicable energy flows through a place, that place is strengthened. From the feet to the calves, then to the thighs, between the thighs, and then up to the head, and then it ends after going back and forth several times. Feeling that the energy is no longer creeping, GTN slowly opened his eyes and exhaled deeply. A white ripple reaches straight to the ground. Raise your hand and make a fist. Full of strength, GTN couldn't help but throw a punch. Bang bang bang. 3 voices exploded in the air. GTN's speed is already comparable to 3 times the speed of sound. Several times that of before. 0. Please give me flowers. GTN felt that if he persisted for another 3 days and 4 nights, there would be absolutely no problem. After being promoted to gold level, not only Xiaoyu serious, but also GTN also gained an ability again. Half-animal transformation. Just like those people I met before. Integrate part of your body with the beast. In this way, the beast controlling skills can be exerted to greater power. That is to say, if the original GTN could only exert 1% of the power of his skills with his human body, then now when he merges with the beast, then you can exert more than 30% of the power. Increase the power nearly 30 times. And this is just what GTN can do. What others say is simply impossible. Because the degree of skill development has a great relationship with the physical fitness of the beast master, even if other people's bodies can exert 10 times the strength after strengthening, it is already the limit. And GTN's is more than 3 times that of others. What an extraordinary talent. At this time, the system's clear prompt sounded in GTN's mind. Ding! Congratulations to the host for completing the mission. Unify the grassland. Mission completion. 100%. Completion evaluation. Excellent. Start issuing system rewards. Reward 1. Reward a Supreme Qualification Evolution card. Reward 2. Reward a Supreme Bloodline Evolution card. Reward 3. Open system upgrades and open secret treasure evolution functions. Hear the system prompts. GTN was very happy in his heart. Needless to say, the Supreme Qualification Evolution card and the Supreme Bloodline Evolution card. The reason why Xiaoyu Sirius is so strong is largely due to the contribution of these 2 evolution cards. Unexpectedly, this time they all burst out together. As for the third reward, GTN guessed that it might have something to do with the gold level secret treasure of the orcs that he obtained, the fantasy god bead. But he doesn't want to test this feature now. Once again adapting to the newly improved physical fitness, GTN turned his attention to the nest of the sky-splitting eagle. With the howling moon Sirius, a teleportation, a man and a beast had already appeared at the entrance of the sky-splitting eagle's cave. Unexpectedly, it's not all darkness in the sky-splitting eagle's lair, but there are a lot of luminous crystals. Light up the cave. Chapter 82. Walking towards the inside. The further you go in, the smaller the cave becomes. 100 meters, 50 meters, 30 meters. Until this time, the cave of the sky-splitting eagle is no longer small. Just enough height to accommodate Xiaoyu Sirius. It seems that the sky-split eagle has also changed its size in the cave. The passage is a bit long. GTN walked towards it for a kilometer without seeing the end. However, GTN was not in a hurry, observing the inexplicable rock walls and glowing crystals all around. After about half an hour, GTN finally saw that the cave in front was no longer spreading. Speed up and rush over. At the end there is a left bend. After turning the corner to the left, you can see the sky-splitting eagle's lair. Black feathers mixed with dry grass. The temperature in this lair is several degrees higher than outside. 417. And there are many red luminous crystals in the nest made of withered grass and feathers. Look closer. GTN remembered the fire crystal he learned in the textbook. This is a crystal stone with fire attribute energy. Fire crystals can replace animal crystals to provide energy for people to practice and recover. And fire crystal is very precious. It's worth $1 million. It seems that it can be used to forge some kind of special weapon. I didn't expect there are many more here. GTN looked toward the center of the giant nest. 3 dark beast eggs lay there peacefully. They are the eggs laid by the top ferocious beast in the palace, the sky-splitting eagle. The 3 eggs are about the same size as the eggs GTN used when he awakened. When GTN took an egg with both hands and took a look, Tuan found that there was something different about the egg. There is an inexplicable pattern on the surface of each egg. There is a slight flow of brilliance between these lines. The animal eggs are set off in a somewhat extraordinary way. At the same time, a set of data appeared in front of GTN. Open black lens bracket name close black lens bracket, split sky eagle. Open black lens bracket strength close black lens bracket, none. Qualification top of the hall. Open black lens bracket bloodline close black lens bracket, none. Attribute wind type, bird type. Skills, speed. GTN's pupils shrank. He actually has top-notch qualifications. In this way, the sky-splitting eagle was originally at the top of the palace, but it just induced egg production and fell down the hierarchy. It is not the mid-level strength of the palace as everyone thought. In this case, things can be explained clearly. But now we need to carefully plan how to use these 3 eggs with palace-level ferocious beasts. First of all, one must be reserved for G-Bai, even though he was originally promised a gold-level ferocious beast egg. But now that he has encountered a ferocious beast egg with palace-level qualifications, Rudian thinks it is unnecessary to ask GTN to find a gold-level ferocious beast egg. GTN is not that stingy towards his friends. Anyway, there is extra. There is no need to waste time looking for it. Give the second one to Mu Yushi. GTN quickly made the distribution. We have known each other for such a long time. Just right as a gift for her. And with a ferocious beast with palace-level qualifications. Then she won't suffer as much as before. As for the last one, GTN thought about it and left it to himself first. If there is no better choice before the secret realm ends, then treat it as your second beast. Through the previous battle, GTN also found some of his own shortcomings. First of all, my level is still too low. But now it has been upgraded to the top gold level. He should have become the tallest among the group of people who entered the secret realm. Also, he felt that he should contract another beast. If there was another beast while fighting the sky-splitting eagle, the battle would never last 3 days and 2 nights. If GTN's willpower hadn't been strong enough, who knows what would have happened. So, GTN had already had the idea of contracting a second beast after the war. And the rewards from the previous system can just meet the evolution needs of his second beast. He thought of the somewhat ugly appearance of the sky-splitting eagle. It's a bit inconsistent with his image of a beast master. So, let's consider this last ferocious beast egg as a backup option. Pick up the 3 ferocious beast eggs and put them on the back of Xiaoyu Sirius. GTN collected the fire crystal stones together again. What I didn't expect was that when GTN's hand touched the fire crystal, a system prompt sounded in GTN's ears. Ding, if you find a low-level fire crystal, will it be converted into experience points? Hear the sound of the system. GTN was overjoyed. Originally, he was worried about the almost exhausted beast crystals. Unexpectedly, I encountered another method to increase experience here. Without hesitation, GTN immediately said, yes. Next moment, the fire crystal in GTN's hand disappeared. At the same time, a beep sounded next to his ear. Ding, experience value plus 100. One fire crystal can add 100 experience points. This is comparable to the experience provided by a bronze-level beast crystal. Without hesitation, GTN then turned all the fire crystals into experience points. Ding, extract low-level fire crystal, experience value plus 100. Ding, extract the intermediate fire crystal stone, experience value plus 1000. Ding, extract low-level fire crystal, experience value plus 100. Soon, each fire crystal stone turned into powder in GTN's hands. But GTN's experience has been increasing. Finally, when the fire crystal in the cave completely disappears, GTN's experience points have increased by more than 5,000 again. I don't know where Sky-Splitting Eagle found the fire crystal stone. GTN thought. According to the situation, fire crystals generally appear in the form of veins. That is to say, there is a fire crystal mine near the Sky-Splitting Eagle's lair. This greatly attracted GTN's attention. Because he discovered, fire crystal is actually not like beast crystal at 4.9. The experience points transformed into low-level beast crystals are getting less and less. But the value is constant. That is to say, fire crystals can always maintain the number of experience points converted into them without changing. Thinking of this, GTN is even more interested in finding the fire crystal vein. This is simply a huge treasure trove of experience points. I was making plans in my mind to find fire crystal veins. GTN walked out with Xiaoyu serious. He soon walked out of the cave. It's just that GTN didn't expect that. Beside the corpse of the sky-splitting eagle, all the wolf kings came back here with their packs and the two women. A teleportation. GTN and Xiaoyu Sirius appeared near the wolves. Such a conspicuous howling moon Sirius was immediately discovered by the wolves. They all looked at them. Chapter 83. Ouch. The wolves roared with joy that resounded to heaven and earth. After they didn't hear the roar in the distance for a long time. Just know the battle is over. The wolves discussed it. Finally decided to take a look at the results. So here we are. When they came here and didn't see GTN and Xiaoyu Sirius, they were very anxious. I thought for a while that their emperor had been defeated. But, just at this time, they saw a body in the distance. They ran over to take a look. It turned out to be the corpse of the sky-splitting eagle. And, the corpse had been eaten to a disgraceful state by some kind of ferocious beast. Just when they were wondering where GTN and the others had gone, there was a sound of falling to the ground from behind. It is GTN and Xiaoyu Wolf King. The wolves cheer. Their wolf king was victorious. Their wolf tribe will become the only overlords of the grassland. Brother G, are you okay? When Mu Yushi saw GTN appearing behind him, she immediately ran over. These days, she didn't know how worried she was about GTN. Not only did he save his own life, and he also took away his first kiss. She looks at GTN like a hero she admires. Of course, it occasionally contains a little bit of other stuff. Now that I saw him, whom I cared about so much, return safely, I was as happy as ever. Run over immediately. As a result, he, accidentally, fell into GTN's arms. 08 GTN was shocked. Are you handsome enough for beautiful women to throw themselves into their arms? Pity. GTN has not enjoyed a moment of tenderness. Mu Yushi struggled and took a step back, escaping from GTN's chest. Yes, I'm sorry, Brother G. I was too anxious. Mu Yushi blushed so much that she could shed tears, and she quickly lowered her head and apologized to GTN. It's over now. Brother G doesn't think I'm a superficial girl. This moment, she was so embarrassed that she wanted to find a crack in the ground and crawl in. Why are you so careless? Sha Lian, the elf girl who had not followed among the wolves, was shocked. She originally just wanted Mu Yushi to run slower. So I used the talents of the elves to control the changes in the vegetation. Unexpectedly, Mu Yushi tripped. He jumped directly into GTN's arms. She is so angry. In the past few days, they have become very good friends. But friends are friends. Men cannot be thrown away. As a result, I got a divine assist. The relationship between Lin Yushi and GTN seems to be one step closer. It's okay, no problem. GTN touched his head with his right hand and said quickly. He has the least experience in how to deal with women. Based on the principle of accepting others' apology, GTN forgives this unexpected blessing. Elf girl Sha pretended not to know anything, and quickly came to Mu Yushi, and said to GTN with concern. Can I also call you Brother G? Sure. GTN smiled and nodded and said. Who wouldn't want a girl with such a beautiful voice? Sha, an elf girl, saw GTN agreeing and showed a bright smile on her face. My name is Amastasia, you can just call me Sha. Sha happily told GTN her name. In the elves, generally, only people who are relatively close can call each other by their abbreviation. And this is what GTN doesn't know. By the way, I brought you a gift. GTN smiled at Mu Yushi and said. Gift. Mu Yushi, who had not yet recovered from her shyness, heard that GTN had brought her a gift and immediately raised her head to look at GTN. The face is full of anticipation. And Sha was a little depressed because GTN didn't tell her. But, the elves are naturally optimistic, and they don't show it. Instead, he stretched out his little head and looked at GTN. GTN teleports. He took an egg from the back of Xiaoyu Sirius. Here, I hope it can protect the baby well in the future. GTN handed the egg in his hand to Mu Yushi. Mu Yushi didn't know what gift GTN gave her. But when she saw the eggs GTN held in both hands, she realized, this is the egg of the palace-level ferocious beast cracking the sky. Brother G just gave it to me. Mu Yushi covered her mouth in surprise, looked at GTN in disbelief and said. Brother G, no, this is too expensive. I can't accept it. She knew the value of this egg very well. Even eggs with gold level qualifications can be sold for sky-high prices, and people are even sent to explore this terrifying secret realm at the risk of life and death. And the palace level ferocious beast eggs. That is priceless. To know, a palace level ferocious beast egg can make a palace level strong man. That is the existence that can become the mayor. There is no way to describe this with money. This is something that even money can't buy. Now, Brother G actually wants to give this to her. How could she agree? How could she agree? Seeing Mu Yuxi's reaction, GTN nodded secretly in his heart. It was obvious that she was not being hypocritical. In fact, this was also GTN's test of her. He admits that he likes beautiful girls. After all, everyone has a love for beauty. But he doesn't like hypocritical women. And now, he took out a priceless egg of a ferocious beast as a gift. He believes that no one can stop his temptation. Certainly. Seeing this result, he was very happy. Mu Yushi is not such a person. Take it, this is the first gift I give you, how can you not want it? I hope it can protect you in the future. GTN forced the ferocious beast egg into her palm. As if disgusting, Mu Yuxi's eyes were full of emotion. Such a ferocious beast egg is equivalent to the temptation of a Maserati worth millions to an ordinary girl in the previous life. Or better than that, this is an opportunity for people to reach the sky in one step. It is also something that all the aristocratic families are fighting for. Thank you, Brother G, I will become stronger. Mu Yushi said resolutely. She must become stronger. Follow in his footsteps. Oh, right. Mu Yushi seemed to remember something, and then took out the secret treasure key from her pocket. Brother G, this is for you. It records a treasure in the secret realm. Only it can guide people to find it. That group of people chased me because of it. Mu Yushi told GTN how to use this thing in detail. And he handed the key to the secret treasure into GTN's hands without any explanation. You should keep this, such a precious thing. GTN doesn't want it. This is what Mu Yushi paid for with her life. How could he want it? Brother G, the location above is located in the 100,000 mountains. I know that with my strength, it is impossible to find the treasure, so it is of no use if I keep it. Why don't you, Brother G, find the treasure and tell me about it then? It'll be fine no matter how it is. Mu Yushi refused to answer. 717 Brother G even gave himself the ferocious beast eggs with palace-level qualifications. Is a treasure more valuable than a palace-level ferocious beast egg? Even if it is more precious, then she will also give the treasure to Brother G. Only he has the power to find and open it. All right. GTN finally accepted it. This is what she wants to, how can she refuse? By the way, whatever you want, I will prepare one for you when the time comes. GTN looked at the elf girl Shaw. He will not favor one over another. Seeing that what GTN gave to Mu Yushi turned out to be a palace-level ferocious beast egg. Shaw was very envious in her heart. This is a palace level. It is also rare among their tribe. And it was actually given away. Unexpectedly, at this time, GTN actually asked her what she wanted. She is a little confused. Do you still have mine? We elves are all sharpshooters. It would be great if we could have a good bow. Elf girl Shaw said embarrassedly. But the bow is indeed the best choice to increase her strength. She came here just to find materials suitable for making Yuma, but not long after she came in, she was captured by Tianbang. Okay, I remember it. GTN kept this in mind. When I get the chance, I will definitely find a good bow and give it to her. Damn it, the egg of the palace-level ferocious beast sky-splitting eagle. At this time, a scream came from the distance, attracting everyone's attention. The people from the 3 major colleges who had just arrived here originally planned to take a quick look and leave. As a result, when they saw the egg in Mu Yuxi's hand, I couldn't help but scream. Facing the murderous looks of other people from the 3 major colleges, Han Yiyang shrank his head in fear. I said I didn't mean it, do you believe me? Chapter 84. Now that it has been exposed, people from the 3 major colleges no longer hide. Stand up openly and openly. GTN had sensed this group of people before, but seeing that they had no ill intentions, he just left them alone. I didn't expect it to pop up now. The people behind you can come out too. GTN returned to his cold demeanor and shouted to the family members and those at the city level behind him who still thought he had not been discovered. Knowing that they had been discovered, the other two groups stopped hiding and all stood up one by one. Hello, Master G, we are just passing by. Han Yiyang smiled apologetically. He also knew that spying on others from behind was their fault first. Master G, my name is Wazian. I wonder how many palace-level ferocious beast eggs there are in that cave. The hot-tempered Wazian of Zook Academy stood forward and frankly stated their purpose. When she asked, others also looked at GTN curiously. This is also a concern for them. GTN raised his eyebrows. It's a bit unexpected for a girl to be frank, but you can tell from the tight shorts on her that this girl is quite hot. There are 3 in total. GTN said slowly. He told them the number of ferocious beast eggs. 3, that's great. He won't be able to use them all. We still have a chance. 3, those are the eggs of palace-level ferocious beasts. I must get one. People from the 3 major colleges and the other 2 groups immediately became excited when they heard GTN's words. More than they expected. I have already given the first one away, I have promised the second one to others, and I have not yet decided on the remaining one. GTN knows what these people are planning. So I told them the news directly. In other words, we only have one chance of getting it. Some lay people were a little dissatisfied when they heard the saying. Hey, what are you thinking about? That's the egg of a palace-level ferocious beast. How many more do you want? Afro immediately walked over, slapped him hard, and then looked at GTN apologetically. At the same time, I cursed secretly in my heart. Can you disrespect the man across from you? Do you want to die? Don't take me with you if you want to die. GTN doesn't care. Just like a tiger doesn't care about the dissatisfaction of ants. He just ignored it. Seeing that GTN didn't care. Afro finally breathed a sigh of relief. Wiped the cold sweat on my head. I hate the stupid young man in the back. Doesn't he know that the person opposite him killed the top beast in the palace, the sky-splitting eagle? Outside, that's something no ordinary she chief can compare to. He is an existence that can be equal to the mayor who manages tens of millions of people. How dare a little guy like him dare to contradict me? I don't want to live anymore. Then I don't know how to get that egg. Wazian continued to ask. This is her biggest concern, and it is also the biggest concern of everyone else. Hearing this question, GTN smiled. I didn't expect that I would also become a person that others need to treat with respect. How would they feel if they knew that they were just a teenager who had just awakened less than a month ago? But GTN obviously had no interest in telling them. GTN glanced at the person opposite. Everyone who was swept by him lowered his head unconsciously. GTN has an invisible aura on his body. Swept by GTN. As if being stared at by a savage beast. It's enough to make people fearful. In fact, it's not difficult, as long as you have the treasures or information I need. This can all be exchanged. GTN's face became friendly. But others didn't dare to go beyond it. Treasure or news? People from the 3 major colleges and those families immediately began to think. What kind of information and treasures are enough to exchange for the palace-level ferocious beast egg that represents a step to heaven? Some were thinking alone, while others were whispering to each other and promising something to each other. GTN is not in a hurry. He plans to learn some information about the secret realm through these people. If there is anything that really helps him a lot, then he wouldn't care about a ferocious beast egg. Anyway, the ferocious beast egg is in his hand. He just sits on the Daoyutai. Time passes minute by minute. 10 minutes later. Those people seemed to have a tacit understanding. Looked at each other. Discussion stopped. Some were full of confidence, while others lowered their heads, indicating that they had withdrawn from the competition. I'll go first. I don't have any precious treasures or information, but as long as you give me the ferocious beast egg, you will gain the friendship of my Zhang family in Xinjiang. The first person to stand up was a family member. Ha ha ha, what is this? Your Zhang family is not a big family. Can you exchange a word of friendship for a palace-level ferocious beast egg? That's right, I'm really wishful thinking. I really don't know how I have the courage to talk about medical treatment. Go back, we are not playing house here. As soon as this person finished speaking, Others laughed and said, which of their families is not better than the Zhang family? I thought I was at home. The man was laughed at by many people, and ran out covering his face in shame. I know the news about a top ferocious beast in the palace, I can trade him for it. Another person stood up and shouted loudly. News about the top ferocious beasts in the palace is very rare. I know that there is a 10,000 years cold pond in a place in the secret realm, which can improve the qualifications of people and ferocious beasts. Another breaking news broke, attracting everyone's attention. I have a 1,000-year-old red fruit that I just picked, which can reduce the difficulty of beast control evolution. It can be effective against palace-level ferocious beasts. News and treasures were brought out one after another. Dazzling. It seems that these extremely precious news and priceless treasures are no longer precious in an instant. To know this information is the sum total of what their family or predecessors have collected over hundreds of years. But here they are scrambling to be released. But everyone knows these things are simply not enough to exchange for the supreme palace level ferocious beast egg. These things don't even come close to 1% of it. It's my turn. Han Yiyang, Hao Jiao, did not stay in the last position to take action this time. He stepped forward and walked out of the three major academies. He looked at GTN and said, I know that Master Ji will look down on those people. The item I took out is a junior secret treasure of the palace, Sea Saint armor. Although he is only a junior in the palace, he can withstand a full blow from the top beast in the palace. For the eggs of palace-level ferocious beasts, he really spent his money. This was a secret treasure given to him by his father to save his life. But at this moment, he took it out resolutely. Because he thinks it's worth the glory. GTN looked sideways. Such a good secret treasure, and it is also defensive, is very rare. In terms of value, it is not lower than the egg of a palace-level ferocious beast. But he did not make a decision directly. Because he saw. The hot girl from Suzaku Academy didn't have the slightest fear after hearing about Han Yiyang's treasure. Still a little impatient to stand up. Does she have something more precious? Chapter 85. Seeing GTN looking at Huazian beside him, Han Yiyang felt helpless. He knew that his most precious treasure might not be able to truly impress GTN. However, he didn't believe that Mu Yushi could come up with a more precious treasure. His father fought hard to get back the Sea Saint armor from a large ruins, and paid a huge price for it. It's not comparable to ordinary items. Seeing GTN turn his attention to her, Huazian jumped out impatiently, looked at GTN with her eyes, and said with excitement and twists. Master G, I have a treasure and news. I wonder if I can talk about it alone. GTN doesn't know what this woman's intentions are, but if there is no treasure or news that makes him excited, he will not trade palace-level ferocious beast eggs. The two came to a deserted place. Huazian immediately approached GTN, almost pressing her body against GTN's body and looking up at GTN. I just felt the heat in front of me a little bit. GTN just backed away and kept his distance from her. What does this woman want to do? Take advantage of him. Is GTN the kind of casual person? Huazian's eyes turned a bit resentful. He posted it upside down. Doesn't he understand? Actually, it's not that GTN doesn't understand. It's just that he doesn't like such a woman. Or a woman who is willing to sell her body for profit. Han Yiyang, who was behind, saw Huazian, the team leader of Suzaku Academy, actually using a honey trap. Suddenly I screamed in my heart that it's not good. Even if he is 140, he must admit that Huazian is a rare woman. I didn't expect that she would use the beauty trap in public. What a good strategy. He was really worried that GTN couldn't resist the temptation and just handed the egg to her. However, when he saw GTN decisively leaving Huazian's embrace, he breathed a sigh of relief. He knew it. How could GTN be the kind of person who is seduced by beauty? When Han Yiyang breathed a sigh of relief, Mu Yushi and the elf girl Sha, who were standing not far away, also quietly breathed a sigh of relief. At the same time, both of them looked at Aunt Huazi with a hint of hostility in their eyes. Those are the looks that only two female lions would show when they compete for a strong and powerful mate. Huazian didn't know that she was already being noticed by two girls at the same time. Ahem, don't get me wrong, I just happened to fall down, let's talk about the deal. Hua Zian knew that seduction was impossible, so she immediately changed her mind and started serious negotiations. Okay, tell me. GTN chuckled and pretended to be nonchalant, but he refused to let go. Only in this way can you get more things. I have an intermediate level secret treasure in the palace, the Red Moon Spear. It is an offensive secret treasure. Although it is not defensive, its level is one level higher than that of the Sea Saint armor. And it can break the palace. The defense of the top ferocious beasts. How about it? Hua Zian looked into GTN's eyes and asked. No. GTN shook his head without hesitation. For him, such an attack is like the icing on the cake. Don't listen to how powerful she says. In fact, it's not very useful. It's not as real as the fat man's secret treasure, the Sea Saint armor. And he can give it to his sister to keep her safe. Oh, I know it won't work, but I still have an important piece of news. I believe you will definitely agree if this news is given. Hua Zian sighed and reluctantly added another condition. Oh, what news? GTN was a little curious as to what news made her so confident. Hua Zian was a little hesitant, but for the sake of her palace-level ferocious beast's egg, she still made up her mind to tell the news. In the deepest part of the Shiwen Mountain, there is an epic ferocious beast. It is the same as the sky-splitting eagle. It laid a ferocious beast egg. She paused and continued. Moreover, its realm has fallen to the top of the palace. Now there are children of the real big family in Qin City who have gone there with heavy treasures, and according to other news, the dragon clan of the East China Sea has also gone to that place. An egg with epic qualifications. Hearing this, GTN's eyes lit up. Isn't this exactly what you were looking for? As for the big families and the dragon clan, he has automatically ignored them. He is confident that as long as it is not an epic beast in this secret realm, he is invincible. And he just needs an egg from an epic beast. Although there are qualifications and bloodline evolution cards, you can have supreme qualifications and bloodline for any ferocious beast egg. But when occasionally communicating with the system, he learned a very important piece of information. The supreme level is the highest level of evolution card. There are no god level or even eternal level evolution cards on it. It's not that the system is incompetent. But in this world, I want to become a god level beast master. That can only evolve from a supreme level ferocious beast. The higher the initial qualifications of the beast master, the greater the possibility of evolving to the god level or even the eternal level. Only GTN would think about finding ferocious beast cubs with higher qualifications. He is preparing for the future. Now that he got the news about the epic level egg, how could he let it go? To know, the eggs of palace level ferocious beasts are enough to drive people crazy. An egg with epic qualifications has enough possibilities to make people try their best. Well, when she saw the fire in GTN's eyes, she knew that he would definitely go. This news, she also knew it, but she didn't even dare to think about it. Because she can't even get close to the 100,000 mountains. If GTN hadn't traded for the top beast in the palace, she really wouldn't have told him the news. Because this involves a big family's plan. She also found out about this by accident. Okay, here you go. GTN teleported to take the ferocious beast egg and threw it to Hua Zian. He thinks this news is worth it. So he handed the egg to Hua Zian without breaking his promise. Why? Be careful. What if it falls? Hua Zian hurriedly held the egg in her arms. She was really worried that if she accidentally touched it, her hard work would be in vain. He took out the red moon spear and threw it to GTN. GTN took it. The secret treasure has a magical function, that is, it can change its size at will. So when I took over the red moon gun that was only as big as a palm. GTN has a thought. The red moon spear began to grow larger and longer. Soon, a 2-meter-long Suyu gun with a red ray of light and a bunch of floating red velvet appeared in GTN's hand. Hold the red moon spear tightly with your backhand. GTN stabbed forward fiercely. Whoosh. It's as if the sound of space breaking is coming out. Nice gun. GTN was a little happy. Such a gun can also be used as your own weapon. After all, beast masters are relatively fragile compared to ferocious beasts. And with such a weapon, life can be saved at critical moments. Both parties were very satisfied with getting what they wanted, and returned to the crowd behind them. Others see this and know they've got a deal. They all beat their chests and stamped their feet and regretted it. But there is no way, they have lost the qualification to trade with GTN. Half a day later. Farewell to everyone. GTN took Xiaoyu serious alone on the road to Shiwen Mountain. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.